Hey friends, I am aware that the lighting is not very great today. I have moved into a new space and I haven't figured out the lighting yet. It's really dark here. And because of my brain injury stuff, because of my nervous system, just because of who I am, I don't do great with bright lights, artificial lighting. So it's a work in progress. As I am practicing lately, it is not necessarily a problem. It's a possibility. Learning how to increase natural light without over stimulating our nervous system with artificial lights is something I'm very interested in. So maybe it'll give me the opportunity to learn more and possibly help others with that. So um, all of that being said, I just have been wanting to check in on so many things. But one thing, especially this morning, is this idea of how our nervous system impacts our ability to connect with other humans, especially around communication. So, miscommunication is basically the root of all conflict, right? Wars really have to do with miscommunication, relationship breakdowns, so many things. And it's interesting because most of us come to interpersonal relationships with the understanding that like everybody should be able to be in their wise mind all of the time. And when I say wise mind, I mean like connected with their executive function and being able to hold in a dialectical behavioral therapy framework, hold both the emotional mind and the logical mind and be able to consider both of those and then make decisions from this wise mind. However, what we know about the nervous system is that when we're in a defense state, when our nervous system or our vagus nerve has identified that there's a potential threat, that there's a enemy or a danger in our environment, it goes into a system where the access to the executive functioning or the frontal lobe is blocked by something called the amygdala hijack. And this causes the environmental information to go from the brainstem, and the nervous system connects, the vagus nerve connects in there to the brainstem, directly to the motor cortex instead of all the way up to the frontal lobe. So typically, when there's a safe situation, the information gets sent. Once it's been cleared by the vagus nerve as safe, it gets sent up to the frontal lobe so that we can make some good decisions, consider all the factors, consider the emotions and the logic and different perspectives. And then that plan or that decision gets sent to the motor cortex so that we have like a behavioral action, right? But if the environmental information, if the vagus nerve determines that the environmental information is threatening in any way, then it'll block access to that executive functioning and send us straight to the motor cortex to have a reaction. So that's something we might experience as impulsive behavior, right? The best analogy I have is if there's a hot stove, I put my hand on it and I pull it away immediately without thinking of it, because if I were to have taken the time to go to my executive function and be like, is the stove hot? Is it burning me? Like my hand would be so fried by then, right? So we like this system because it keeps us safe in a physical environment where there are many potential threats. But it can make it very confusing to interact with other humans, because if I'm going straight to an action and I'm not thinking it through, then it can seem like I'm being not thoughtful, anywhere from not thoughtful to just like totally violent, right? I like to say if I'm in that defense state where I'm going straight from environmental information to action, I'm acting with the capacity of an alligator, okay? So people experiencing me are going to be like, wow, like they're such a jerk. Like they're just like cruel, right? Even, or unthoughtful, anything from unthoughtful to cruel. And so when we're interacting with other people and they treat us like this, it can be really tempting to be like, they're just being cruel and vicious. And like, how dare they? And what did I do? And why are they like that? And to feel really awful about the whole experience, right? Byron Katie, who's one of my favorite teachers, she talks about this experience as she uses the word confused, that people are not violent or cruel or mean, they're confused. Okay. So when you are in that nervous system defense state, thinking there's a threat, you're literally confused because your system is blocking you from your wise mind. It is blocking you from perceiving all of the components of the situation. And it's just giving you the information about an enemy and a threat. And it's making you fight, run away, or play dead. That's the only option you have. And then fawn as well, just try to appease, right? But you're confused. You're not in your right mind. So when I have a miscommunication with someone, I can often take it personally, like, why did they do that to me? Or why didn't I stick up for myself? Or how dare they? Or they should have, or I should have, right? But realistically, when I understand the actual mechanism of the vagus nerve in conjunction with the brain and decision making, I can understand that I literally didn't have the capacity to do anything other than I did, and neither did the other person. And so I can say, like, they're not cruel, they're not unthoughtful, they're not mean, they're just confused, or I wasn't stupid or mean, I was confused. And then I can go repair with that person, and I can use that information to inform my behavior moving forward. So I may say, like, this person is consistently confused, right? Because their nervous system is having them in a chronic defense state. So I may not choose to spend consistent time, or I may choose to create certain boundaries or shifts in my relationship according to if someone's consistently confused, right? Or I may want to go get myself some more support if I'm consistently confused. But confused is different than mean, right? Because it's not personal then. And it's not that they're making a decision to try to hurt us or that we're making a decision to try to be bad. So it takes all of that like guilt and shame and blame out of it, which is my favorite part about the nervous system. So let me know what you think about all of this, how you experience this confusion in yourself and in others. And I look forward to seeing you another time soon. Love ya.